Hi, how are you doing? I'm doing as good as ever, but honestly could be better because a while ago I watched a video about Shein and how terrible it is, and I knew for a while that, yeah, Shein is terrible and nobody should be buying from it. As most people, I disregarded all the facts about Shein being terrible and just brushing off all of the allegations of it using child slavery to make its products. But I've been watching a lot of videos about how the world is turning terrible since people are having this grand awakening and realizing that Shein is not a good place to look for clothes because it is fast fashion, and fast fashion, like fast food, is not good. It is not high quality. It may look interesting, but it's just a trend and trends go away. So a lot of people have fled to thrifting, and a lot of thrift stores are being filled with fast fashion clothes now because nobody wants those fast fashion clothes, and throwing them away seems kind of wasteful. So, what do when you go to a thrift store to look for old clothes that are high quality and will last you a while and will look good and unique, and you find a bunch of these fast fashion items? You learn to sew. Sewing is an incredible skill to have. You get to make your own stuff, and it's not super hard to do. It's not rocket science. You just grab a sewing needle, you learn how to tie some knots, and you start learning. You just start learning. You take the sewing needle, you take some clothes, and you cut them up, you sew them up, you make them your own and personal clothes, and they become unique to you. And I have a sewing machine now, so I get to brag about it and make extra cool stuff. But for those who don't have a sewing machine, I'm sorry guys, you'll have to learn how to hand stitch, and that's gonna be a pain in the butt, and you're gonna be saying, oh, I'm too lazy to do all of that. I don't want to do that. Fast fashion is just so much easier. I'm just gonna stick to that. It's cheap. I'm not gonna go buy clothes from an expensive brand. I'll just, I can't do it. Yes, you can. I am not exactly rich. Well, compared to a lot of other people, I have to say that I am considered by others rich, by people from more poor countries. I mean, I have my own room and I don't share it with anybody, and I have so much stuff in my room, like way too much stuff in my room. But I'm not exactly rich. We don't buy from expensive brands, and we either get clothes handed down from other people or we thrift. But I did learn to sew because I needed to patch up holes in my clothes, and that kind of led me to making clothes. And I didn't start out big. I just like fixed some shirts if they weren't my size. That's kind of where I began, and it became kind of therapeutic for me to just sit there and sew. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like a stim. It's relaxing. It's better than coloring for me because I hate coloring, and sewing is way more relaxing than that to me. I'm working with my hands and I'm creating something that I'm gonna wear and that I'm gonna like and that makes me unique. And sewing clothes is just better. In this war against fast fashion, our tools are sewing needles and string. Even for those who don't have sewing machines, you can get a needle and thread and start just like remaking clothes. Find shirts that are not exactly what you're looking for and make them into what you want. By making our own clothes, we can fight against fast fashion and expensive fashion too. It's very much possible. It might take a while to learn, but I believe anyone can do what they put their mind to. Also, you can start saving up for a sewing machine, and sewing will be much faster and easier for you and better also because hand sewing isn't always best looking. But seriously, why does it matter how it looks if you like how it looks, if it's not terrible quality and not made by some underpaid workers in China? So maybe in a while when you are old and when you maybe have your own children and they are longing for unique clothes that you can't find anywhere else and that are good quality, or at least okay quality, that are special in some kind of way. They're not just plain white shirts with a brand logo on them that cost $2,000, and they're not curtain fabric that was stitched together. You get to pass on those clothes that you made yourself. You can be proud of them, and you can continue your legacy through these clothes. So not only are you benefiting yourself, but you're also benefiting the world. To further that point, you could even start your own clothing business, which is, it's kind of a lot, but I think more people should do that. Also, people should support small businesses that make their own clothes, because it's very unique, and that's how they did it in the olden days. Trust me, I was there. Back in the 1500s, they made their own clothes. There was no fast fashion. There was no Abercrombie and Fitch. There was no H&M. It was just handmade clothes. I don't know what else to say about this. Just start making your own clothes. If you don't know what to make them out of, go find fabric in stores, or just cheap old shirts that maybe don't look good, but you can make them look good. Just a little bit of creativity or a quick Google search. You can copy what you see online. You can use fabric paint. Our word for today will be edify, which means to improve someone's mind or character. I think handcrafting items, whatever it may be, clothes, or literally anything else, not only benefits us and the world, but it also improves our motor skills and helps creativity. Edify yourself. With that being said, hope you have a good day. Everberkins, over and out.